Hello, welcome back to the Scrying mirror. So here is the surprise I could not wait to show you all. I was very, very excited, but I had to wait to show you, and I cannot wait any longer. So this is the surprise I wanted to show you. So what it is, I wanted to tell you the story first, but I want to tell you kind of who it was. So we're going to turn it over, and if anybody of you all notice who this is, it is Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum tarot deck. I didn't even know he had a tarot deck for the longest time. I was like, what is going on? I had no clue. I never heard about it. There's a few on TikTok. I didn't even see those. But I want to tell you a little bit of a backstory before I tell you what else is the reason everything happened the way it did. So I ordered the deck. I was excited and ordered the deck. I had to wait to get it because it's pretty expensive. And I got the deck and ordered it like on the 9th. Well, I ordered it before that, but it was the beginning of January. And then it was like the 9th or 10th when it was fulfilled and about to be sent out. Well, about a week later, it never moved. And the USPS, you know, when you're tracking it, like on a device, like on your phone, you never see it moved, right? So I was like, okay, something's going on. So I called them and I was like, I'm sorry to bother you, but it's like my tracking is not moving. It's like the card deck is not moving anywhere. It's like it's not. They're like, I'm sorry, somebody went on vacation. We're still trying to do it right now. And I was like, well, then why would you say it went out when it didn't go out? So I called back a week later because it had not moved again. And I was like, it's not moving. It's still not there. They were like, we just sent it out. Like, I had to keep calling them and keep calling them because they were not understanding that I wasn't trying to bother them, that I just could not figure out where the deck, why it was not going anywhere. They still hadn't sent it out. So the next time I called, I spoke to the general manager and then finally got to talk to Richard. Richard Hunter is a really awesome guy. And he was like, I'll tell you what, I literally seen that deck go out on Wednesday of last week. Or this past Wednesday. I don't know where it's at. And I was like, yeah, I've called USPS and there is no record of it anywhere. He was like, I have no clue where that deck went. I literally seen it go out the door. And so I was like, okay, so what do we do now? And he was like, I'm going to send you another deck. And I was like, okay, what if that other deck somehow comes in or anything like that? What do I do? Send it back? He was like, I'll tell you what. He was like, for your patience and waiting for so long, for almost a month, I'm going to send you another deck. If that other deck comes in, keep it. And I am going to send you some merch. And so he asked me like what size my shirt size was and things like that. A super nice guy, super awesome guy. He really wanted to make for sure that everything was perfectly fine with it. But you could tell they were irritated because I kept calling and I was like, you all are not understanding. I'm trying to tell you it is not going anywhere. Something's going on with the shipment. Well, the day before this came in, the deck came in, and USPS and them still do not know how they got here because USPS had no tracking on it. They had literally used this tracking number, the old one, for this new one, so you can't do two tracking numbers on the same one. They still don't know how they got here. So I got the deck, and then the next day I got this deck and the stuff that he sent me for the free kind of merch for like being patient and all that. So I wanted to show you this really quick, so you know that I didn't take or buy anything. So this is what he sent. I only bought this deck right here. One deck. And then it says the order and all that. That's when it was fulfilled. So that's how long I waited. And at the bottom it says, thank you for your patience. Because I literally was like, where is my deck at? But he was super nice. So I was super happy. So anyway, what I'm going to do with this one, since now I have two decks, he did say I could keep it because otherwise I would just send it back. I'm going to keep it for days that I don't, just for collectors, kind of for my back pocket, for like, in case the collector's thing comes up and I have it. And I do want to show you the things that he sent with the deck. So, sorry. I do want to send that so I can show you what they put in there. Let me put this back in here because I want to keep this perfect. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to keep it perfect, or try to keep it as perfect as I can and keep it closed up. Watch this be the signed one because they filled that, and then I'm like, I wish I had the signed one. The signed one was sold out like in a week. The one that was signed by Zach Bagans was like literally sold out really, really fast. And I didn't even know that the freaking deck was out. So I was like, what? So I was very heartbroken that I could not get a signed deck, because I would have paid $20 extra for it. That's how much it was just $20 extra. So yes, I did open it. This is where it was supposed to be closed. This thing right here. And I'm going to do this so you can actually see it on here. I don't know why my thing keeps doing that. So there. I'm going to open it up. And then here is the first thing I got was a button. They have beanies. They have a black one that says HM on it, like on a museum. They have a black one. They have a pink one. They have like little blankets. They have flashlights, little mini flashlights. And then they have like a bumper sticker kind of thing, but you can put it anywhere you want. I was thinking about putting it on in my altar room or somewhere, like around my cards. I'm not for sure yet. I have no clue. And then this is this shirt they sent, which I was super excited about. It's the black and white one. There was a black and red one I really wanted, and there was one that said I love spooky or I love creepy or something like that. And the head is the doll of Peggy, which is really cool. I really would have loved to have that one, but this is the black and white one. It's just the Zach Bagans Museum one, the Haunted Museum, which is a really cool one. And this is a small, so he said that they're kind of bigger, so there's the inside of it, so you know it's like the real thing. And then the Haunted Museum, so I thought that was really awesome. I will be wearing that, so I just wanted to show you all this for the video. And I was like, I cannot wait to wear this shirt. So I was like, hurry up and do the video so I can wear the shirt. So I really could not wait to wear it. So there's that. I'm trying to fold it the right way back where it was. And then put this back here on the top. And then we will get into the deck. So the deck that I got, I did open, because I was like, well, that is probably the one I'm getting. And I didn't think another one was coming. I just thought they were like, oh, we found it, and just sent me the deck. So you can tell where it came from. Las Vegas, the Haunted Museum. And this is the historic downtown. So that's where everything's at. And so there's this, and it is a very, very well-made box. I will say that. It's even sewn on the inside where all the other ones are glued. This one you can see stitching, which I thought was really crazy. This is one of the, like, most, like, the hardest decks I've ever seen. Like, crazy how they made it. So it says, these cards are charged with the energy of the items that they represent, infused through a ritual blessing by the Haunted Museum's psychic medium. Each card serves as a portal to spiritual realms, and it features illustrations of entities seen by spiritual seers at the museum. They aim to convey potent messages and offer guidance on your spiritual path. So what they're saying is that they had psychic mediums go down by the objects and to draw or tell them so that people could draw something that is beside the object or what they've seen by the object. So you'll see that in these pictures. Now there is a few things I do not like about the deck. I will say, first of all, that it is a Pippish deck, and I hate that because there are so many things in that museum that they could have done different. There are so many things in that museum that they could have made it like more than like 3 decks with, and there were so many things they could have used and they didn't. Then the book is a very good book. It just talks about the major, minor, and what's all in it, but it doesn't tell you about them. So it doesn't tell you about why Antique Automation Doll. They don't tell you who it was or where the information from it, the history or anything like that. So if you didn't go to the museum, which I haven't, then you're not going to know anything about half of these unless you already know a little bit about it. So the book was kind of like a smaller book than what I thought would be in there. I really thought he would go over the history with each item, and he didn't, which I was bummed about. But these are linen cloth deck, so you can tell like the plait through here. See the plait right there? Maybe if I pull it a little bit closer, you can see it. See the plaiting? That's how you can tell it's linen cloth. Then on this side says the Haunted Museum, and on this side is the same. Then HM up here and HM down here, and then the stars on each side. And then the back of them are the same, which I hate this on the back, but I think it's to promote the museum, so I think that's why. It's not a big deal to me on these, because I really love this deck, so I don't really care about that. And this is the other thing I did like, is they don't have it completely white like some of the other decks, like how decks are like white, so they get really dirty very quick. So I did like that he did like a gray on it. I think it looks a lot better. And then, so let's go into it. And you will see why there's a certain suits that I was just like, are you serious? Why did you do this? So the first card is the Fool, which is the antique automated doll. And then the Magician is Zaktar Machine, which is Zach Bagans, which is the Magician, which he's not a magician. He doesn't do magic, so I don't know why that's even in there. And then the High Priestess, which is Sorceress, the Sorceress doll is the High Priestess. The Empress is the one and only, the Peggy doll. And pay attention to like the things around here, because it does show, like, see down here, where it shows like stuff that the seers seen throughout, like just like this, the Dybbuk box. That's what they seen when they were looking at the pictures and stuff of it. So I thought that was wicked. The Hierophant is Oddfellow's skeleton. The Lovers is the Sideshow Freaks, and I'm not for sure about them, so I can't talk about them that much. This one is a really good one. The Chariot is the Dr. Death's van. It's Dr. Zavorsky's death van. It was people who were like wanted to end things, or if they had a disease and wanted to end things, like they would pay him to do it for them, and he would do it in this van. And sometimes it was, if they decided not to and changed their mind, he would do it anyway. So it was supposed to be scrapped out, but the owner of the scrapyard, where the attorney and the doctor took it to, actually kept it. So Zach was able to buy it. Strength is Wallace the Lion. I don't know anything about this card. So the Hermit is the Mummified Witch Head, which I do know a lot about that one. And then Wheel of Fortune is the Basement Ritual Pentagram, which you'll see more about that, a lot about that soon. Justice is the Serial Killer Jail Room. And this is where if you go, like look in his videos, like where he did with E, you can see where he goes in, and it's bars from a real jail. But there's John Gacy's information and Ted Bundy and all of the other pictures of serial killers in there. And then this is the Hanged Man, which is Ed Gain's cauldron. And Ed Gain is someone who offed women and would put them in a cauldron to feed himself. And that's what the seer seen above the cauldron was, him hanging. So they called it the Hanged Man. The next one is the Death is a Brothel Deathbed. And I know this is the Grim Reaper for Death, but I think they seen this on the side or something like that. They seen like more on the side. Temperance is Lady Snake ritual rites or ritual items, which she should have been the High Priestess, but the Devil is the Devil's rocking chair, and that's what they actually seen around the chair, is what they said the medium seen. And then the tower is the Westerfield dollhouse. And I believe they've seen like all the other stuff around it. I don't know anything about that one. The star is Zach Bagans, which he is the star of the museum. He is the star of all of this. So I do believe that is good that he was in this for the star. Me, if I made myself, like my own tarot deck, I don't think I'd put myself in there, but he is the star of this, so. The moon is the moon face doll. And then if you see like an attachment beside of it, it's weird because that's how they seen it, the psychics. And then the sun is Hey Diddle Diddle Automation. That's in the museum. Judgment is Judge Parker's gavel. And then the world is the Haunted Museum, which of course is the world in tarot, you know, of this tarot deck. So the Ace of Wands, the wands are all of the dolls. So this is Alice the doll. The Evil Puppet Twins. The Three of Wands is Peggy's entourage. Four of Wands, Shane Aaron doll. Five of Wands is the possessed puppet. Six of Wands is Lily the doll. Seven of Wands is Doorman puppet. Eight of Wands is the bunny children. So you see all the bunny, they're all supposedly haunted. Well, not supposedly, they are. Nine of Wands is the soldier doll. I don't know about that one at all. I don't know about any of those. The Ten of Wands is the murder doll, which is the one where I believe someone passed, and that was beside of them when they were murdered. So, Page of Wands is the vessel doll. Knight of Wands is Monkey Marionette. Queen of Wands is Gretchen the doll. And the King of Wands is the Prophet Marionette, which is the prophet, which is Jesus as a marionette. And this is where I don't like the pips. Ace of Cups is the High Priestess chalices. I do love the imagery around it, though. The imagery is amazing. This part is what ticks me off. I paid more for this deck than I paid for the Gothic Literature Tarot deck. That was amazing. I literally paid almost half of what I paid for this deck. So this was ridiculous. I just don't... With all the items that they had in the museum, I think that Bram Stoker's mirror, that was a lot. It's very, very haunted. It's not in there. Robert the Doll is not in there. There's so many things that he could have put in here that he did not put in here. Two of Cups. And it just keeps saying at the bottom, the High Priestess chalices. And here's what's weird. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. I do love the imagery. The imagery is really awesome. I do love the imagery on it. There is the Five of Cups. But then the Six of Cups is the Human Doll Sisters. So it's like the Human Doll Sisters are in the Six of Cups. But then it goes right back to the High Priestess chalices. 7, 8. I do love the imagery, though, because the skulls. 9 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Page of Cups. And I don't know if that's what they've seen in the back, but you can see this part back here. 9 of Cups. Queen of Cups. I just did the video a minute ago, and I had to turn the video off because my light above me was flickering through this entire video. And so that was crazy, I thought. King of Cups. It was this light was the only one flickering too. So the swords are all of the funhouse clowns. So the museum funhouse clowns. 2 of Swords. Which, like, again, I love the imagery. Don't get me wrong, I love it all. It's just pips. And he could have done so much more with this. He has so many things in his museum that he could have used. 5 of Swords. I do love the imagery though, it's really cool. Six of Swords. 7. 8. 9. 10. Page. I mean, I'll just see my finger there. There's the Knight. I think that one's an awesome one. I love that one. That one I love a lot too. The Queen of Swords. I love that one. King of Swords. And then the Ace, or the Pentacles, are the ritual pentagram. Basement ritual pentagrams. And again, you're going to see the pentagram with the further arc runs in it. Around it. I do love that part. And I love the imagery again. But like I'm saying, he could have done so much more with this. 2. 3. 4. I do love the imagery though. 5. 6. 'You can't see her face either. It's crazy. 7. 8. I love this one. 9. Looks like they're in a graveyard there. 10. 'Page. Oh, it's freaky. The Knight. The Queen of Pentacles. I actually like that one. And the King of Pentacles, which is like he kind of looks like he has a horse or something behind him, but that's what they seen behind him, the mist or the whatever behind him. Well, this is the ritual pentagram, so I don't think this was actually in it, so just the pentagram in the basement. Maybe that's just the stuff they saw. So that is it. So I want you all to tell me what you all think about this deck down below. I want y'all to think, is it worth it? Did y'all think he did a good job? I think he did amazing with the cardstock. The book, I believe, could have been a little bit better. It could have done more history about what was in this. But maybe he didn't want to put too much history in it so you could come and see for yourself. I feel like that is why he didn't. Because if you look through it, you'll see like all it is preparation, select your question, shuffle and connect with cards, pull your cards, and then there's like a little cool card pull, which is 1, 2, and 3, past, present, future. And that's the major arcana, which is this, and then it shows that. So you'll know if you're in the majors. And then on the side, you come over to the side, there's the wands. Right here on the side, right here. And then come over here to the cups, and you'll see that the cups, and then the swords, right here. And they do upright and reversed, and it does show the picture. And then that's it. And then the pentacles. And it says, for further exploration to the realms of mysticism and the supernatural, visit the museum. Discover a treasure trove of intriguing content, paranormal investigations. And then you can look at, like, screenshot or do a code on there if you want. But this deck, if you see it, it's stitched. It's not even sewn in, like, or it's not glued like the rest of them. This is probably one of the best, sturdiest decks I've ever seen in my life, to be honest with you. So that was a really good one. So also, I will be doing next I'm not going to tell you about it, but there is some things in there that I wanted to let you know about the next tarot deck, so I'll let you know about that in that video. But it is one that I've been waiting on because it kind of got messed up, and so I had to wait for another one to come in, and some cards were missing, so I had to wait for it to come up. But it was a really, really cool deck, and I cannot wait to show you all. And that is it. But tell me down below what you all thought about this deck. Was it worth it? Did he get to do a good job? I really love the deck. I think he did a great job. I think that he could have done better with the pips. But other than that, though, it's a wonderful deck, and I love it. So it's a favorite of mine, but not my top favorite. It's one of my favorites because it's collector's, but just because it's from the museum and it's haunted, that's why I like it so much. So I will see you all soon because I'm going to show you all the Wormweird Tarot next. Oh yes, the one that I've been trying to show you all for the longest time is been sent out to me today. I got the second deck because the first deck was kind of messed up, and they were super nice and sent it to me fast. So it'll be this one. It's the Wormweird Tarot, and this is about George Higham. He did an entire tarot deck on making waxed sculptures for the, and he said smoke and mirrors for magic to show all of the stuff for this. And then he made like up this own town called Wormwood, which Wormwood is made for absinthe, which is a drink, absinthe, the drink. So there's a whole, it's really awesome. So I can't wait to show you all. So I will see you all soon and show you all that deck. And thank you all so much. And I appreciate it. Let me know down below what you think about this deck. I really want to know your true feelings on this deck and what you think about it. Would you buy this deck? And remember, this is limited edition. The ones that he signed are sold out. So this is all that's left, is these that are left. So I would highly suggest getting it if you want it before they're all gone. Thank you. I'll see you all soon.